Having had a fabulous time on Ifate, Vanuatu, it is finally time for us to get ready to make our next ocean voyage. In this episode we spend a week getting the boat and ourselves ready for a 330 nautical mile passage from Vanuatu to New Caledonia.
We're Adam and Vicki. After spending 3 years sailing within New Zealand, we've sailed our 40-foot sailboat Te Tāiko from New Zealand to Fiji and have since sailed on to the beautiful country of Vanuatu. Our goal for the 2024 cruising season is to sail to Australia. This big adventure we are on is open-ended. We've decided to do this while we still can. Beyond Australia, who knows? It's a big beautiful world out there and we're determined to see as much of it as we can. If you'd like to support our journey, please support our channel by clicking the subscribe button and leaving us a comment. A big thank you to you for watching and a massive thank you to our Patreons for your support and help making this possible. There's a couple of things that have happened on aboard. We have had the worst luck with cameras. We lost our drone crossing the Pacific Ocean to Fiji. Unfortunately, one good Sony fell onto the cockpit floor when it was covered with salt water on our journey to New Zealand. And now, on our passage from Fiji to Vanuatu, we've discovered that our very fancy camera, the only one that took the external mics, doesn't accept the external mics. Something's happened and it's just working on the internal mic now. So this is getting filmed on the GoPro. We are at a loss at what to do, so we're just going to go to Computer World, and apparently you can get an adapter for the GoPro for the external mics, but that's the best we can do right now. And the other problem that we have on board is that our filter for our UV tap is blocked and it's taken a long time to fill up. We haven't been able to find another one. So the goal today is catching buses to get to Computer World and I can't remember the other one, Plumbing World or whatever it's called, and hopefully we can get these two issues resolved. So what we've learnt in Vanuatu is that taxis and buses are like minivans, and so the first time we went shopping, Adam had help with someone getting him a taxi, and we're like, well, how did you know that was a taxi? But we've learned the number plates have a B on the front or a T, and they're either a taxi or a bus. But now that we know, it's very simple, so that's what we're going to do, so let's go.
How are you going with the road being the other way around? You're looking the wrong way?
I do, I'm always looking the wrong way.
It's the most important one. Oh, tweeting at us.
It is, and Adam and I then go to the driver's side on the New Zealand side, expecting to talk to the driver.
Yeah, I end up crossing and I'm never sure.
And it's like, oh, or we think, oh look, the driver's texting, but he's actually on the other side. And it's a passenger.
Yeah.
It's very confusing.
Slow letters.
But it doesn't take much to confuse us.
Okay, we're on the right side now.
Yeah, we're on the right side.
So, we're going to find a bus?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a taxi.
Oh, yeah, but they're more expensive, aren't they? Or taxi's cheaper.
No, he's indicating to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, should we do it?
Yeah. Oh, no, he's gone.
Oh. Okay, bus.
Thank you. I love those buses.
Quite cool, eh?
Yeah.
So we've hit two birds with one stone here. We've got Computer World across the road. We're going to go and see if we can sort out a microphone issue there. And then we've got the plumbing supplies place just a few doors down, trade base. So we can
Fingers crossed.
hopefully sort out a water filter. Lots of traffic here, eh?
Yeah.
White one.
The staff were really helpful, but unfortunately they don't have the adapter, but they've told us about a place called Sound Centre. so that's where we're going to go next, and hopefully maybe we can talk to them about our Sony camera, see if we can resolve that issue too. But for now, water filter. Yeah. Fingers crossed. So we're back in the bus, and that was successful. Pacific Supplies pulled through. It's not exactly the same filter, but it'll do for now.
And we've just managed to get a little housing for the GoPro that has a microphone, so it'll cancel out the wind noise. So it's really good news for us. We in Port Vila, and we were on the bus and we had a really good look around some of the back street areas of Port Vila too, so that was interesting. So just make our way back to the boat now and get this all set up. So this is our UV water treatment system. That's the UV unit there, and there's a pre-filter, and this is what we've been and got. So this existing pre-filter was all clogged up, the flow is really poor, and now we've bought this one, which is not really like for like. It's a bit smaller, but I think a filter's a filter at this stage, so I'm going to put it in. I'll show you what the flow looks like now and what it hopefully will look like better when it's replaced. Very little flow. Let's hope it's better than that. You are in. Let's see what the flow's like. Still bleeding the air through a little bit, but that flow is good. Back in action. Great.
Yeah, so what we are going to do now is, someone asked us a little while ago to show our boat loaded up. We're actually getting ready for, in about a week's time, we're going to be setting sail to New Caledonia, leaving Vanuatu. So we're just using this time to get the boat ready, finish up some work that we have to do, and reprovision. And although we've done a lot of the reprovisioning already, what we thought we'd do is actually show you our storage and our provisioning and what we do. This storage space is actually behind me. It's in the port aft, and it's quite a big storage space. So you'll see that there's a lot of food in there, and we're not going to be starving anytime soon.
So when we were coming into Tanner Island the other day from Fiji, much to our shock, the engine stopped, and thankfully we had conditions we could just sail. We had like 10 knots and we could eke out, and we managed to get the engine going again quite soon afterwards, but horrible feeling, and particularly with what we're doing, often we're going into reef passes and areas where it's going to be super stressful if the engine stops, so we're counting on it. So since it cut out off Tanner, I've changed the primary filter and the secondary filter and rebled the system. The filters all look clean, so I don't think there's any issues with fuel bug. I think it's an air issue, and what I did notice as I was starting to change the filters is on the fuel water separator there was like a very thin film of diesel and a hanging drip that wasn't really dripping, but it was just a very slow drip, I suppose, off the bottom of the bowl of the water fuel separator. So I think that's probably an air issue, and I have rebled the system. We motored for about 40 minutes the other day, and I was sitting there thinking, oh yeah, I've sorted it, because the engine was running really well, and then it just momentarily dipped in revs, and
So I think I haven't quite got there, and I want to be able to trust the engine so we don't have any niggling doubts over it. So been in touch with the people that supplied the engine. They're really helpful. They've said what I can do is continue, because I've bled the engine to the secondary filter but not through the injector pump or out through the injectors, and he said it's possible that there's still some air in the system. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use the lift pump and bleed the system through to the injector pump, and then I'm going to crack each of the injectors half a turn, and I'll get Vicki to turn over the engine. Hopefully diesel will be coming out and I can nip those down, and then the whole system will have been re-bled, and then we'll start it up and see how it goes. So get into this now. Being in the marina and having running water is a great time to clean the clears.
They haven't been cleaned in how long?
A long time. So we're stripping them all off and we're going to take them down, nice spacious area down the end, and give them a good clean. So it's going to be good.
How did it go cleaning the clears?
It turned into a real mess at the end because my assistant decided to drench me.
Oh, it's the first wash you've had in weeks.
I was doing all the heavy lifting, holding them up like this. I got wetter and wetter, and then next minute it's just a torrent. But what I would say is two things. One is time for a hug, and two is the day is young.
What's this?
The day is young. It's like a wet t-shirt competition.
Boat, and we're about to put the clears back on. We almost lost a clear as we were. Adam handed me all of them and one dropped in the water, but it started sinking very, very quickly, but he was quick and he got it. So well done. Save the day.
Yeah, I almost had to do a swan dive, but just getting partially in was enough.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So,
it's starting to dry out too.
So now we are going to put the clears back on so they dry, and there's actually a process to doing this. It's not just whatever one you want to choose. So anyway, we're not going to bore you with the process of putting it all back on, but we'll show you once it's done.
Yeah, get it up and get it dry.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we're off to New Caledonia. That means today's a busy day because we've got a to-do list to get through, and the first job is to go and get a refill of gas. So we use LPG for cooking on board, and we've got our big bottle which is empty. So I'll show you what's involved with getting a bus in Port Vila and getting your gas bottle filled up. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, please.
So it's now time to provision. and we're going to be walking to, what's it called?
Our Bon Marché.
It's a very cool supermarket. It's the most well-stocked supermarket we've seen since leaving New Zealand.
Just let this lady pass. Hello.
Oh, you're right.
Over. Yeah.
It has a lot of French products, and the first time Adam went, you're like a kid in the candy store, and he came back with all these inappropriate items.
It was actually quite a shock to the system in a good way.
Yeah.
Because Fiji didn't seem to have the range that this place has, so it was a couple of months since being in a proper supermarket, so it's become a bit more normal now.
So he came back with all these inappropriate items, and of course then I went and I came back with double the amount of inappropriate items.
Yeah.
They look good in the supermarket, but I'm not sure they were wise choices. So anyway, we're going there, and then we'll go to the other side of town.
Go to the veggie market.
Yeah, to the market. So we'll show you all of that.
Yep. Stocking up.
We don't need much. You saw our can supply, and I'm sure if I buy any more food,
There's a hoarding issue aboard. We're fuller now than we've ever been.
I'm sure if I buy any more tinned food, I may be swimming to New Caledonia. So
Yeah, it's all
we'll
good.
see.
Yep, spoiled for choice.
There's always room for another tin.
Bye bye.
This place sells the most amazing French sticks. They are long and they're about 100 Vanuatu, but there's none here. I don't know how much 100 Vanuatu is, but I'll put it down below in New Zealand dollars, but they're gone. So now we have to figure out what we want. What do you want to see?
So we've been to the Bon Marché and we've got a couple of bags of things, which is nice.
Bought inappropriate stuff again. Expensive. It is expensive though.
It's a pricey one.
Yeah.
But it's all good, and now we're going to see if our laundry's done. Here the laundry's not too pricey, and it's done by them with their soap powder, and they do a lovely job and fold everything.
Which is really a treat.
It doesn't happen on our boat.
1900 Vanuatu, I think it is.
Yeah.
For a wash and
For a full bag.
wash, dry and fold.
Large load. So that's us today, large load. We'll go and pick that up.
And that's not, we're not talking about ourselves.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
enough of that.
Yeah. Washing wasn't ready, but it's all cool. And they said they'll drop it off to the boat when it's done. So how's that for service?
Very kind, eh?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
I left Adam at the boat, and I'm just going to make my way to the Port Vila market. It's got beautiful stuff, lots of fresh fruit and vegetables at very affordable prices. So Adam is just going to get on with some jobs on the boat, so Taiko is ready to put to sea tomorrow. And yeah, so it's about just after 2 in the afternoon now, and the day's ticking along. So both getting a little bit fatigued, but it is what it is. Still very blessed. So yeah, just on my way to the market now. Walk from the boat. Pretty incredible. It goes on and on. it's normally a lot cheaper at the market, so I was woefully underprepared. These are normally about 100 Vanuatu. They were 150, some were 200. Tomatoes, normally cheaper, they were 200 Vanuatu, but there are a lot in there. And these cucumbers were 100 Vanuatu each, which is fine. Almost fell for the 150, so and there's wasn't the deal of the century, but she gave me 2 kumara. So anyway, so the plan is we now need to get some food ready for tonight and for tomorrow, and so we're going to have potato salad. Adam's going to do some chicken schnitzels. They're not fancy, they're just Tegos. That's all we can really get around here, and green salad, right? And then that'll be enough for tomorrow night too.
The chairs are on the table, the floor has been swept. It's closing time and I'm a little tired. It's a long time since I'd slept. But things are moving forward, I'm ready to move on, heading for a brand new start at the break of dawn. Here I come, you better watch out.
Next week, we sail away from the island of Efate, and 2.5 days later, we enter the beautiful lagoon at New Caledonia. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks very much for watching, and be sure to tune in next week to see the next step of our sailing adventures.
If you enjoy our videos, please consider subscribing, giving us a thumbs up and sharing with those who you think will enjoy it too. A massive thank you to our Patreons for your support. It means a lot to us. Thank you again, and see you next Sunday.